much for tuning in to this week's episode of Assisted Laudable Living, hosted by yours truly, Jashina Rev J. Shelton. I am, yes, excited. No, for real. I am excited that you all have made time to tune in today. Let's jump right in. So, just as a reminder, laudable. Laudable means having a disposition to promote healing. Assisted Laudable Living. All right, so this week, y'all know I had a question, right? Moment of transparency, going through some stuff, some health issues, some things I thought was resolved. Now we got a new diagnosis, yada, yada, yada. And then people are like, oh, you're in midlife. This is what happens. Your body's changing. I don't want to hear that, right? I wanted something hopeful. I wanted something joyous to return my joy, because I've been doing the work. And I wanted to see the fruits of my labors. And I wanted to see it now, right? And so I was like, oh, where's the joy? Where's the strength? Where is all of this? And where is it so I can put my hands on it, and then I can share it with the people? Because, I get the information. I want to share it with y'all. Oh, okay, cool. So I found something in Psalms 92. So Psalms in the Old Testament. Yeah, and it's the book with all the chapters, right? Psalms has a lot of chapters, for real. But we're in the 92nd Psalm. And I know some people are like, oh my gosh, that's familiar. And it very well may be. Just so we know, Life Application Bible, not making it up. The words are, y'all can't see it. But the words are right there on the page. I'm going to read them. And yeah, I have to be this close. Yep. Did I mention midlife? Okay, great. All right, so Psalms 92. Woo-wee. Now, the verses we are going to focus on are 12, 13, 14, and 15. It says, the righteous will flourish like a palm tree. They will grow like a cedar of Lebanon. Planted in the house of the Lord, they will flourish in the courts of our God. They will still bear fruit in old age. They will stay fresh and green, proclaiming, the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no wickedness in him. Did y'all hear that? Yes, that's the NIV from the Life Application Bible. And yes, I want to encourage you. I'm glad you heard it, because faith comes by hearing. But I also want you to look at it in the Amplified, because, honey, the encouragement that I found. So it was so good that I had to write in my own journal the exact verses from the Amplified. But I don't want to stay before you long, because we only got a limited amount of time. But look, verse 14 says, growing in grace, they will stand there and bear fruit and prosper in old age. They will flower and be vital and fresh, rich in trust and love and contentment. Now look, if you like me, you understand society is putting pressure on people like never before. And I don't know if it's really like never before. I just know I'm feeling it differently than I felt it before. It's this daggone hustle culture, and then it's the reality of, oh my gosh, like so much of life is already behind me. And so because we don't know how much is in front of us, and Miles Monroe has reminded us that the graveyard is the richest place in the world, and we don't want it to be rich because of our lack of giving. And so many of us are trying to pour it all out. And they're like, oh, I don't have anything left. I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. I'm weak. Okay. Personal testimony. That's that. Nah, for real. That was me. And so this weekend, I had some stuff over here on Saturday, but then on Sunday I was like, nope, I'm going to do exactly what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to recharge on Sunday. I'm not going to attend to this, or this. I'm going to attend to Jashina, because I need the attention. And part of that was I got to spend time with my sister. Yay! Yes. We haven't made time for that in a while. And so we spent time together, and we spent time together in nature. We reminisced a little bit. We talked about the future a little bit. We talked about where we are now, and just seeing her grow and blossom into the woman she's becoming. And then our relationship grow and blossom. It was like a whole flower festival thing. So, of course, a lot of growing and blossoming was around us, which again caused us to reflect on those things. But those are needed things, because how can I be called upon to be like a palm tree or a cedar and not know what a palm tree or a cedar actually looks like and how it develops and grows? Because where we live in the Midwest, there aren't very many, if any, palm trees. Not the real ones. I haven't seen them, right? And so if this scripture is telling us you are going to be like a palm tree, what are the palm tree attributes that I'm going to have in this later season of life? Okay, great. So upon researching, I found that palm trees are strong and vital, and they bend but they don't break. So okay, that's like a weeble, because maybe I wobble but I don't fall down. Okay, great. So you're telling me I'm gonna be sturdy, I'm gonna be strong. But in order to be sturdy and strong above ground, I've got to have a deep root system below ground, and all that is not seen by everybody. And matter of fact, it's very personal what is below ground, what I'm rooted in. Everything is not for everybody, and everything doesn't have to go on social media to get everybody else's opinion on it. That was a free nugget. Y'all take that with you. But it says the righteous will flourish like the palm. So not only am I like a tree planted by the rivers of water, not only am I like a tree with a strong trunk and base system and a deep rooted system, I'm going to flourish. And how do we know when a tree is flourishing? Because our perspective shows us the outside of the tree. You got the arms and the bark, and then with the palm tree, you keep going up and up and up, and you get these palm leaves. You should know a tree by the fruit. This tree has leaves, and they are luscious, and they are green, and it shows off its vitality. It's almost as if it says, come look at me. Look upon me. Because not only will I give you shade, not only will you get some fruit off me, but my leaves are beauty. Baby, it is something about a mature woman who stands in that maturity and holds her head up high and is unapologetic because she's been through some things. She's like, I'm not a sapling anymore. I am not a sapling. I am a whole palm tree. I've been through storms. I've weathered seasons. I've got some wisdom. I've got some experience. I'm rooted in truth. I am grounded in righteousness. Baby, I'm trying to tell y'all, as we are getting older, we are getting better. And it's up to us to decide and declare that this is one of the best seasons of our life. Because there's nowhere to go but up. Because palm trees don't grow out. They grow up. Oh, okay. So it says that the righteous will flourish like the palm. They are long-lived, upright, and useful. Now, is it me? Or has society long tried to get rid of our senior seasoned saints, right? Oh, just push them to the side. Oh, their opinion doesn't matter. We don't need to hear from them. We want to keep it live and vibrant and pull in the youth. But honey, if you keep trying to operate without wisdom, having a seat at the table, your whole house is going to crumble. Because there are things that life will teach you that textbooks can't. Come on, somebody. There are things that life will teach you about being upright, about standing strong, standing rooted. Okay? And that only comes with life experience. Oh, okay. So everybody needs to be at the table. Okay. They will grow like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of the Lord. So all the times you want to do something else, when you were supposed to be in the house of the Lord, that's where you're planted. That's where your root system is. So that's a call for those who have gone astray to return. Come back to your first love. Bring it on back to the house of the Lord. Find you a good Bible teaching church and and replant yourself. Come on, somebody. Planted in the house of the Lord. They will flourish in the courts of our God. Flourish. See, these terms are repeating themselves for a reason. So many people are trying to, there's a whole industry, let's just say, anti-age it, tuck it, suck it, pluck it, put it away. Our flourishing is not just this outward expression. It's not just that. Our flourishing is what we're rooted in, because nothing can come out of you except for what's in you. And you get stuff in you from your root system and through the photosynthesis process. When the sun shines on you and there's an exchange of energy. Come on, science class. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about? So some of us can be like, ooh, it's the S-U-N. Others of us, oh, it's the S-O-N. You can take it both ways today. This is laudable living, okay? In order to be healthy, you need vitamin D in your life. In order to be healthy, you need the S-O-N in your life. Oh, okay, great. Okay, so then it says down in verse 14, we're growing in grace. That means we're not out here all willy-nilly. That means we've taken some time to reflect on our lives and growing in grace. That means we're not quick to cut people off and discontinue relationships. Oh, okay. We're able to have mature conversations. We're able to use our words. We're able to express our feelings. We're able to even name our feelings. It is okay to have feelings. I know generations before didn't talk about it, but this is a new day and age. We can talk about our feelings. And, oh my gosh. So, I know some of you are not on social media like that. However, there is this group on social media, and they've started this club, and it's called the We Do Not Care Club. And for me, it is hilarious. It is hilarious because at this stage in their life, these are women who are midlife like us, right? And they're like, we do not care. And the list of things that they do not care about, you get to that point in midlife where you do not care about things that once perturbed you, bothered you, just had you flustered, and would have you crashing out. We don't care. Don't care. And in a spiritual sense, you need to not be distracted. There you go. Led astray and distracted by those things because they're futile. It's all going to pass away. The thing that upset you last month, you probably don't even remember. That means it's not important. Oh, okay, great. And growing in grace means extending that grace to others. Honey, they could have been having a bad day. The cat could have died. They could have stumped their toe. Whatever it was that caused them to act that way. That's a reflection on them. That's not a reflection on you. Give them some grace before you give them a piece of your mind. Give them some grace before you call them everything but a child of God. Give them some grace before you cancel them. Oh, okay. Okay, great. Okay. They will stand. They will still thrive and bear fruit and prosper in old age. Thrive? Do you know how rooted you have to be to thrive? In the way that this society is going and the way that everything but Christianity is popular and popping, for you to thrive with integrity and grace and to flourish, it requires you to be rooted. There are so many temptations out there, but there is no temptation that can overtake you but such that is common to man, which means the very thing that is tempting you has tempted others before you, will tempt others after you, but it's not yours. Like, oh, true story. I have a thing for a certain candy brand. I'm just going to say it's a bird, right? And I like the way this bird flies. And the bird has the audacity to have cute little positive messages. However, due to this new laudable lifestyle that I have, me and the bird can't flock together the way we used to. We can't, because it's not going to help me on this laudable journey. And so I have to leave the bird alone. The bird has to stay in the store. right? Can't get in my car, can't come home with me because I don't have a high level of self-control when the bird is around. But I've had to make a conscious choice. Oh, do I want the bird? Do I want the instant gratification now? Or do I want the long-term effect of this laudable lifestyle more? Oh, bye-bye, birdie. Oh, okay. But that came with wisdom. That came because I have a continuous monitoring system on me. It came because my watch keeps telling me things I need to be doing, and the bird was slowing me from doing those things. So at this ripe age, in this stage in life, I've made that choice. There are other things that will so easily ensnare us or trap us or designed just for us to tempt us. There are some numbers in our phone that we need to go ahead on and block. Now see, on one hand I said don't be blocking people, on the other hand I said have mature conversations. But then y'all know, if you answer the phone call from said person at 12 o'clock at night, you know what type of call that is. And if that's the only time of day that person calls you or you reach out to them, it's not going to be for Bible study. That's what I'm saying. Those are the calls we need to block. Okay? Okay. That's where we are. Now, they will flourish. My gosh. So today, when we went to the Palooza, the Peonies, whatever festival we were at, the greenery was every shade of green, and the flowers were every color of the rainbow. And you can tell that someone had taken the time to manicure it, to treat it with the dignity and respect it needed and deserved as a part of this garden that we were in. And everything was just pristine and in its place. It was so much so I asked my sister, I was like, have you seen any bees out here? Because maybe these flowers are fake. Because I've had flowers and I've had house plants, and I don't see them doing this on this level. Like, this green is some of the most vibrant green I've ever seen. But it's because it was a gardener. It was a master gardener or a master landscape architect, engineer, whatever they call themselves now, right? Someone took the time to do that. In this season of life, we cannot continue to neglect ourselves. Self-care, hello somebody, is not just a catchphrase. It has to be a lifestyle. Intentional care for yourself, because you have a master gardener who is here to help you. And you have to leave the birds alone the way I had to leave the birds alone. And you have to prioritize you and your time with your master gardener. Because there will be some pruning, and there will be some pulling, and there will be some plucking. And then your root system can send nutrients to the lively, vibrant parts of yourself. Because even in this season of your life, you can still reproduce. And I'm not talking about having children. You can still reproduce. You can still give birth to businesses and ideas and adventures and artistic works, and give birth to things that will give you joy. Because why not? Why do you think you don't deserve it? Oh, you do. You are part of the righteousness of God, and these are our promises. Yea and amen. This is what has been written for us to walk by. Basic instructions before leaving earth. We're still on earth, so these are our basic instructions. These ain't even the hard instructions. This is basic. When people first join up to armed services, they go through basic training. You get more training the longer you're in it. But basic instructions before leaving earth is saying the righteous will flourish. That is God's will for you. You're righteous. You should flourish. The righteous will flourish. That is a present tense. This will happen. This is a declaration. You have to know for yourself, oh my gosh, I'm going to flourish. And it can't just be because you read it on one day of the week, or because you heard this cute little podcast called Assisted LAUDABLE Living. It has to be because this is the word that you chew and you eat and you recite daily. Daily. Okay, and so then it says they are living There are many people around our age group or in society who are walking around existing. Come on. And they're not living. See, our life right here is worth living and living out loud. And the way to do that, our steps are ordered. But some of us don't want to attend to or get our lives in order. There are things that discipline, there are places that discipline will take us, that distraction will leave us behind. No one cares, or no one will care about the stuff that was important in your feed, your social media feed, in about 3 months. It's always on to the next, and you can't feed that machine enough. But when you are disciplined and focused and pointed in the right direction, you don't mind that you're on the straight and narrow, because you know where the straight and narrow leads. You can look over to the left and you can look over to the right, and they might have been appealing for a season, but they're not as appealing, because you realize that your calling is higher than the things that once deterred you. Your calling is higher than the things that once tripped you up. Your calling is higher than the things that are behind you. We are forgetting those things behind us. Stop rehearsing those things that are behind you. Press towards the mark of the high calling. You're a palm tree. High calling. Upright living. Righteousness. These are the things that God has called us. And these are the things we must answer to, because his sheep know his voice. So if he called you righteous, if he told you you're to be like a palm tree and upright, that's because you're pointing upward. And when you're looking upward and pointing upward, you can no longer be distracted by these low things. We can't allow it to hold us back because we're so focused on what's going on down here. We're above it now. We're above it now. We're in a different season of our life. Baby, we are laudable. We are coming after all of this wellness and healing that is for us. Okay? Okay. I want y'all to get on this laudable journey with me. What can you do this week? What are you willing to do this week that will increase your laudable journey? That will, help get you on that path where you realize, you know what, I am a palm tree. I'm not a weeping willow. I am a palm tree. I'm not a birch. I'm not an oak. I'm a palm tree. Because that's what this text is about. So this week, please reread and reread and reread Psalms 92. We did verses 12 through 15. Whatever version speaks to you, just leave it in the comments. I'll read your version. Let's find out what it says over there in the Message Bible or the New Living Translation. Let's find out. Because they're going to go together. If it's biblical, it's going to go together. Okay? Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, it has been a pleasure to be with you on Assisted Laudable Living. This show is brought to you by Jashina Shelton Enterprises, our primary and sole sponsor. All right, y'all take care, and I'll meet you here next week.